What's going on, champs and champettes? It's FireMonkey here, and today we're going to be talking about an intentional feature in Fortnite that a lot of people don't actually really like. So as you can see, we are currently sitting in the lobby right now, nothing too crazy going on here, and we have Zero Build Battle Royale actually selected, and I am the party leader. As you can see right here, for example, if I want to switch to Lego Fortnite, I can do that completely on my own without any issues. However, my phone, which is the Pilly's Uncle account, is currently sitting in the party as well, and just by going here and clicking something such as Ranked Battle Royale, I can go ahead and switch the entire game over to Ranked Battle Royale without even being the party leader. Because once again, let's say, I click on like Rocket Racing, for example. It's like, okay, cool, it switched there. However, on my phone, if I click on the Fortnite Festival main stage, boom, it has now switched the entire party over to the main stage as well. Now, this is something that was never really announced. They never mentioned it was a new feature coming to the game or anything. So a lot of people thought that this was some weird little bug going on with stuff, in the new Fortnite update and whatever else, because this meant that anyone in your party, especially if you're doing like an open party with a ton of people, could go ahead and change the mode whenever they want to. So you could, for example, ready up for the Fortnite Festival main stage, and then your friend or someone else could go ahead and swap it over last second over to Zero Build, and most of the time it will actually unready you. However, sometimes there have been cases where it doesn't unready you. Now, luckily here in the recording, it looks like no matter what I'm selecting, it is unreadying me here, but you can kind of see how this is a little bit of an issue, right? For example, let's say you go to ready up to play some Zero Build, and out of nowhere, or maybe when you were gone or something, your game gets switched over to Team Rumble, or gets switched over to Fortnite Festival or something like that, and then you boot into the mode that you never even intended to play because the other person in your party was looking around at different modes or whatever else, which, in one way, isn't really something I'm too surprised about that people would do, because, sometimes I get bored and I kind of rotate through all of these to figure out if it has like a fancy little background behind you. Well, according to Epic Games themselves, this is not a bug, and this is actually an intentional feature added to the game. You can see their Fortnite status tweet right here, which basically says this was updated so all players in your party can select an experience to play, and not just the party leader. Hope this clears this up, and let us know if you run into any other issues or questions. And this is something that, I tweeted about, I took a little screenshot, posted on Twitter, and I didn't think much of it. I was like, okay, this is going to be a quick little tweet, nothing really crazy is going to come of it, but this tweet actually got over 9.8 thousand likes in under 24 hours and over 100 quote retweets. There's a lot of people actually having discussions about this. Some things I've seen is stuff like Binks Does Gaming, who says this is a cool idea, but maybe they should have an option, and this is kind of something I saw a lot of people say, where there's an option for you to either disable someone being able to switch it around, or being able to have a key holder system similar to Lego Fortnite, where you're able to select certain people in your party who are allowed to change the experience for you, instead of having it so just literally anyone in the party can control it at any time they want. Another person actually over here said that they really need an appear offline feature, which is something that I actually have been advocating for a long time now, especially since we've seen the removal of some quality of life features before, such as you can see right here, a proper do not disturb thing, so that the party UI and features is being so bad and wild wouldn't take effect. And that is something to kind of keep in mind, right? It's kind of like they add these weird little features here and there, such as everyone being able to change the mode or whatever else without any announcement, without any actual settings to toggle it to make certain people unable to actually do that type of stuff, and while at the same time they're removing quality of life features that people love from the game before, because one of the most quality of life features I had enabled for the longest time was disabling actual pop-up notifications, right? So for example, if I leave the party, there's this little pop-up right above my webcam, which I'll go ahead and move my webcam so you can see it, which is like, this person left the party. If I request to join the party, it pops up and it's like, this person would like to join your party, right? And for example, if I'm on my phone and I keep spamming the request non-stop, it will continue to pop up every so often until I either accept it or block the person entirely. And there used to be a feature built into Fortnite where you'd be able to turn off those pop-up notifications, but out of the blue with a random update, they actually ended up removing that. Another thing they randomly removed out of the blue, if we go over here, is the option to hide what your actual linked profiles are, so your connected Xbox account and PlayStation account. You used to be able to hide those type of things, but they randomly yoinked it from the game. Another thing is they used to actually show like your current level and the season and everything else on your profile whenever you clicked on yourself or someone else. However, that's been removed as well now, so you can't actually see that in game at all, and it just feels like it's this weird little thing going on where they remove a lot of quality of life features and then randomly release features no one really asked for without ever even announcing it at first, to the point where, as we saw by the earlier tweet I showed on screen, people think it's a bug, right? Because like, I've heard about this way before. I never talked about it or anything on Twitter or anything, because I was like, it's probably not that important, they're probably already aware of it or whatever else. But then they come out to say, oh yeah, this is actually a feature, when everyone I talked to at the time thought this was a bug. And like, I'm not mad about this feature, right? You know, I'm not someone who plays with people who are annoyingly trying to switch the mode every 3 seconds. And I mean, especially when I play with people recently, most of the time I'm sitting there waiting for them to select a mode, or they're sitting there waiting for me to select a mode, because we're not used to this whole entire thing where someone just goes ahead and clicks like ultimate box PvP without being the party leader and selects it as the mode we're actually playing. So it's not something that I'm too concerned about, but at the same time, I do wish that it had a little bit more options available to us, and I wish they would do some more quality of life things, such as do not disturb or offline mode, or being able to hide notifications once again, just because of the fact that it feels like they remove the more important quality of life things and instead focus on things no one really even asked for or cares about in the first place. Because like, with this feature, right, with the whole entire swapping thing, if anything, it makes me not want to play with random people more often in my party, because more often than not, they're most likely going to randomly select the mode that I didn't really care for or want to play in the first place. Meanwhile, other things that they're actually removing from the game, such as hiding notifications, such as, you know, things that they could be adding in the future, like do not disturb or offline mode, which the code is there, they just haven't done anything with it, is stuff that I want to see in the game, right? Because it allows me to go ahead and interact with my community more, because nowadays I have to like remove basically everyone who I don't talk to or anything from my Fortnite friends list, because I don't want to get spammed with little party invites and stuff, and I wish I could hide the notifications, because back when I could, I would allow everyone on my friends list, right? It's like, I don't care if you're random Joey27 from North Carolina, or if you're Pablo from Japan or whatever, I would allow everyone on my friends list, because I just thought it was a cool thing, you know, people could be friends with me, and you know, maybe every once in a while, most likely not, I could just join a random party, talk to someone for like a few minutes and then hop out or whatever else. However, now it's like impossible to do that, because non-stop you'll just see party requests, request to join, request to you to join their party, request for you to join them, every type of thing like that. And it just feels so annoying in certain ways, when there was an option at one point to actually hide that type of feature from the game. So what's the point of this video really, other than mentioning, oh, you know, this whole entire thing where anyone can swap the mode even if they're not party leader? Well, it's to kind of talk about not only the fact that this is not a bug, but it's an intended feature, but it's also to kind of talk about the fact that, hey, why are they focusing on these weird little features that don't really mean too much? Meanwhile, they remove a lot of other quality of life features that should have stayed in the game, right? Because, you know, for example, I used to always hide what my actual connected accounts were, because I used to get a lot of notifications from like PlayStation or Xbox being like, blah, 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 added you as a friend or something. I found out how to turn those notifications off now, but it's like, it would have been a lot easier if I could just go ahead and hide it, so they would have to do a little bit more research to actually find those other profiles, and then it just appears like they want to keep hiding and removing more and more features that we actually use and actually enjoy, while adding stuff that I don't remember anyone complaining about, right? Because I'll be honest, I've played Fortnite since it existed, and never have I heard, oh boy, I wish I could change the actual map without being the party leader. That's not something I've heard. You know, most of the time, if you want to change the map because the party leader or something, you would hop in a new party, because the most likely reason for you wanting to do that is the party leader not even being there. I can see this being useful in a few cases. Maybe, you know, you're texting the party leader in a call with them, and they're like, yeah, I'll be back in a few minutes, go ahead and select this mode, so when I get back, we're already prepared to go. But at the same time, it's like, why is this even a thing? Why does it exist? I have no clue. I mean, in some cases, maybe it's a nice way for you to sit there and be like, yeah, I'm bored, I don't know what to play. You go ahead and select something, we'll just play it, without having to swap other people around or whatever else through party leader. But at the same time, it's like, why? I don't know. There's just a lot of questions to be asked here, and I would love to get a discussion going down in the comments down below. What quality of life features have either been removed from the game or added to the game that you wish you would see improved on? And what do you think about this right here being a feature where someone can just go ahead, as long as they're in your party, switch the mode? One thing I'm thinking of, right, is I could go to my friends list and I could go find someone who has an open party. I could join their party. Luckily, no one here actually has an open party or anything, but I could find someone on my friends list with an open party, join it, go ahead and switch the mode while they're AFK or something, and they just back out. They won't know why they're on Skibidi Toilet Tycoon, but when they come back from whatever they're doing in the real world, suddenly they're on Skibidi Toilet Tycoon. And I think that would be a little bit of like a funny thing people can do with it, but at the same time, it can get a little annoying. So, you know, I can see a lot more people trying to keep their party on private or invite only or whatever else. But until next time, hope you champs and champettes enjoyed this rambly video. If you did, consider subscribing and support the content I create, and I'll catch you all next time with another upload. Peace out.